which is breath. So let us just close our eyes, sit in your chair very comfortably, and we will begin just breathing, being aware of our breath, and maybe clearing your mind of any negativity, any expectations, and just being in the moment. As you be aware of your breath, just breathe. I'm going to go on and read a scripture for those of you that would like to hear scripture. You don't have to be Christian to be here for this yoga practice, but Jesus was a wonderful teacher, and so he does have some good philosophy that we like to listen to. So this is John 10:11-15. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. So maybe we reflect on that scripture today, or maybe your heart, your mind is telling you to reflect on something else, maybe something going on in your life, maybe something love, more patience, maybe it's one of the fruits of the Spirit. Let us just breathe and listen to our heart. We can change our breath pattern to a purifying breath, inhaling long and deep in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, keeping our eyes closed but continuing to breathe. Let us return to normal breath, in through the nose and out through the nose, letting our breath guide our movement as we go through our practice today. Let's open our eyes. Take your arms out long with your palms up. Inhale to float the hands up, and exhale, hands over heart center, and namaste. So namaste really just comes to mean good day. Inhale to float the hands up. Exhale, reach big stretches here. If you have shoulder issues, just don't go above your shoulders, just come out in front. So it's listening to your body today. Inhale and exhale, and knowing that this is your practice. And we're doing chair yoga because it is a way to do the yoga practice if you're someone that can't get down to the floor on your mat. Or maybe you just have an injury, or whatever the reason is, it's okay to do chair yoga. It can be very beneficial for your mind, your body, and your spirit, just as it is on the mat. Nowadays, they have all kinds of yoga. They have face yoga, goat yoga, advanced sports yoga, all kinds of yoga. So today, we will learn a chair yoga practice that hopefully will benefit you. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Let's go into some shoulder shrugs with breath. Inhale to shrug up, and exhale to shrug down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale and exhale. This time, as you shrug up, take your shoulders around to the back, keeping your heart and your gaze lifted. Big shoulder rolls, slow. Just releasing any tension in the neck and upper back. Inhaling and exhaling with each shoulder roll. Two more big shoulder rolls. Inhaling and exhaling. Keeping your chin lifted and your heart lifted. Inhale. Exhale, just drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Rest your hands on your thighs. As we go into some neck stretches, we want to grow tall through our spine to stretch the back of the neck. So drop your chin to your chest and let your head be heavy, but let your spine be long, and you'll feel the back of the neck stretch. Continue to breathe. And know that this is your practice, and only do what feels good for your body. With your eyes on your closed and your chin on your chest, let's continue down the spine. Just let the spine go, letting the rib cage cave in, letting the shoulders round forward, relaxing the arms, relaxing your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists. Let your head get heavier. and heavier. Just feeling the space open up between each vertebra in the spine. Inhale. On this exhale, let's slowly roll our chin up to our left shoulder. And when you get there, sit as tall as you can. As we go into half neck circles in slow motion, inhale to bring the chin back to the chest, once again rounding the spine. Exhale, come up to the right shoulder and grow tall through the spine. So go slow and be relaxed as we go into half neck circles, inhaling and exhaling with each half neck circle. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And 1 more. Inhale, nodding the chin, rounding the spine. Exhale, come up nice and tall, bringing your gaze back to the center. Sit a little bit taller and maybe even pull your belly into your spine to protect your back. Let's go on and stretch the sides of the neck by letting the left earlobe fall towards the left shoulder with a heavy head. On the next breath, slowly lift your head, sit a little bit taller, and now we'll let the right earlobe fall towards the right shoulder with a heavy head. On the next breath, slowly lift your head back to the center, sitting tall again as we do rotation, looking over our left shoulder with breath. Inhale to look over the shoulder, and exhale to come back to the center. And then to the other side, inhale to look over the right shoulder, and exhale, come back to the center. Let's go on and do some leg stretches first. So straighten out your left leg, and we're going to point flex our left foot. So point and flex, point and flex. Working the ankle all the way up the leg. You should feel the stretch as you flex hard and point hard. Flex and point. Exhale, inhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. We're going to go into half staff pose while our left leg is straight. You should be at the edge of your chair, sitting tall, and then you're in staff pose. Now, go on and point your toes up to the ceiling to ground that left leg. You can stay here in staff pose, or maybe you float your arms out to the side. Maybe you stay here because you have shoulder injuries. Or if you can float your fingertips up to the ceiling, up to the sky, do so. And then hinge 2 or 3 inches forward with a long spine. Once again, reaching with your hands, feeling the energy flow through your fingertips. Maybe you stay here. If you want more, you can do a forward fold by dropping your hands toward your left leg. You can even rest your chest on your right thigh or knee, and then sliding your hands toward your ankle only as far as it feels good for you. It's perfectly okay to bend the left knee if you need to. Let us breathe 3 breaths here. Inhale on the exhale, slowly roll your spine up, back to tall spine, articulating the spine, stacking 1 vertebra on top of the other. Chin is the last thing to come up. In yoga, we like to really be careful with our spine. So listen to your spine. All right, now what we're going to do is just lift up that left foot, pull your left knee in towards your chest, sit tall, and do some ankle circles in slow motion. And switch directions. So the bigger and the slower you move a joint, the more tension you release from that joint. Let's switch directions again. And 1 more time, switch directions. Inhale and exhale. We're going to put that left ankle on top of the right knee and sit tall, and you'll feel a stretch already. Now, if this is hard for you, that's okay. Maybe you put it on your shin. And then slowly you can bring your heel in and try to get the ankle on top of the knee. And breathe. Maybe press your hand on that knee. Maybe rock side to side, gentle rocking as you gently press the knee down. Now you can stay here, or maybe you join me for half cow face. We haven't done that one yet in the chair, have we? So what you'll do is you'll take that left heel and pull it towards your right hip, stacking your knees. Kind of difficult, kind of a challenging pose, but this is called half cow face. And breathe. Let's go on and bring the ankle back over the knee. Pick up the knee only to release as we straighten out our right leg. And starting with a point flex, point the foot and flex. Point and flex. Hard point, hard flex. Feel the circulation increasing all the way down into your big toe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hold the flexed foot to ground your right leg as we go into staff pose on this side. Maybe you just stay tall. Maybe you float your arms out and stay there because you have a shoulder injury. Or if you can reach your hands up towards the sky, do so. And then hinge 2 or 3 inches as you continue to reach. And breathe. Breathe 3 breaths here. If you want to go a little bit deeper with a forward fold, you can join me. Just nod your chin, let your fingertips float toward your feet or your ankle or your knees. Maybe you bend your knee. Remember, this is your practice, so let it feel good for your body. We're all built differently, so we all move differently, and that's important to remember. On the next breath, we're going to slowly roll the spine back up to tall spine, articulating the spine again. Once again, stacking one vertebra on top of the other at a time. Chin is the last thing to come up. Let's go on and slide that heel back in and grab your right knee, and then begin to do some ankle circles in slow motion. Big and slow. Inhaling and exhaling with each circle. Relaxing your foot, but circling it big. Switch directions. And one more time, switch in this direction. And then one more switch. Inhale and exhale. Next, we're going to pick up that knee a little bit more so we can take that ankle on top of the knee for a little hamstring stretch. Remember, you can modify by straightening your leg and letting your ankle sit right below your knee and then gently pressing. If your ankle is able to come on top of your knee, maybe you rock side to side as you gently press that knee down. I'm going to be very gentle here. And now we're going to move into half cow face. It's optional. You're going to take that right heel towards your left hip. Maybe you're just here. That's okay. Eventually, one day, you would be here if you did this every day. Sit tall and breathe. And then slowly bringing it back, lifting the knee so you can bring your foot back down. Let's go into some upper body circles, warming up that spine, starting small. Maybe you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. We're going to do it in both directions, but let's stay in this direction for now. Maybe rounding as you go to the back, maybe lifting your heart as you come forward. Gradually making that circle a little bit bigger. Remember, we don't want to rush through this. We're warming up the spine. Inhaling and exhaling with each big circle. going to switch the direction of our circles, but remember to start small and gradually increase the size, the range of motion of your circle. 2 more big upper body circles. We call this around the world in yoga. Inhale on the exhale, come back to tall spine. As we move into a seated cat and cow, separate your knees, and we'll move into a seated cow pose first by pushing your chest through, lifting your heart, lifting your gaze, and filling your lungs up with air with an inhale. And then on the exhale, we nod our chin and we roll back, kind of like a Halloween cat or an angry cat, rounding the spine, pulling the belly into the spine. And then inhale to slowly roll forward, pressing the chest through, lifting the heart, lifting your gaze, and inhaling. And then exhale, imagine your spine is a wave. So we're just rolling through the spine, inhaling and exhaling with each cat and each cow. 2 more cat-cows, moving at your pace, moving with your breath. And 1 more cat pose, only to come back up to tall spine. We're going to do a little bit more footwork, so it's the flexion of the big toe that prevents falls. So go on and just lift up your heel and flex your big toe and then drop it down. Maybe scoot your heels in just a little so you can get a little more flexion. Lift up the right heel and drop it, and left and right. Now close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lift the heel, exhale, roll it back down, and then right, inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. Now, I'm going to show you the warrior series in the chair. I'm just going to go real quick through it, and then we'll go into it where you can either stay in the chair or join me standing. So in the chair, you can either take your left foot out, so you have the left corner of your chair here. Or maybe you want more, you can actually scoot back with your left knee on the edge of the seat and take your back leg out. Whoops, just lost my mic. 1 second. So if you want to try the seated chair, this is it. This is where you would be, and we would be doing warrior 1, warrior 2, peaceful warrior. You don't have to do it, I'm just giving a demonstration, side angle. And those are our warrior poses that we do seated in the chair. So either your leg is straight or you can do it here. So both knees are bent. That might be more comfortable. So it's your decision whether to stay in the chair or to join me standing up. If you're going to stand up, then I encourage you to stand to the left side of your chair, and you're going to take your right foot back. And you're going to bend your left knee. And I'm going to try to get this speaker back on my pants. There we go. Oh, maybe not. There we go. All right, so you're holding onto your chair. You have your chair. Go in and float your left hand up, reach. This is called crescent lunge. To move into warrior 1, we turn our back foot out to the side. But go on and rotate your upper body a little more to the left. So the bigger the space between your front heel and your back arch, the bigger your base and the easier it is to stabilize, right? So this is warrior 1. On warrior 2, we float our left arm out in front. If you're not using the chair, you would bring your right arm to the back. But for chair yoga, we're going to use the chair. But you're welcome to do it however it works for your body. And then for peaceful warrior, you flip your front palm up and you begin to reach up along with your gaze. Maybe close your eyes if the light is blinding you. You can even take this a little bit deeper into a reverse warrior by reaching up and towards the back. And breathe 3 breaths in peaceful warrior. Inhale on the exhale, come back to warrior two with a long arm in front. This is your reset pose. As we move into side angle, you can drop your left hand to your left thigh or your elbow. I'm going to stay with the thigh because of my speaker here. Don't want to lose it again. But if you can bring your elbow down, go on and bring your elbow down, and you are in side angle pose. If you want it more, you can even slide your left hand all the way down to the floor on the inside of the ankle. So there are different variations of side angle. And breathe. If you can look at your left big toe, it will protect your neck. And 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come back into warrior two with that long left arm out in front of the left shoulder. As we move into triangle, you'll straighten out your left knee. And then you'll drop your hand either to your thigh or to your shin, but not the knee, and gaze down to your big toe. This is triangle. You'll feel a stretch on the inner left thigh. Inhale. On the exhale, go on and bend that left knee. Come back into warrior two to reset. And then float your arm back up into warrior one. And we're going to go back into that crescent lunge by lifting our back heel and turning our back foot. And you're in crescent lunge. Now to come back to standing, I'm going to swoop my left hand down as I step forward with my back foot. Good job. While we're here, we can go right into mountain pose. So a mountain pose, it's really about grounding yourself. Grounding your mind, body, and spirit. So feel the connection of the soles of your feet to the floor wherever you're standing. Grow tall. Pull your belly into your spine. Let your hand that is free rotate forward so your palm is forward. Close your eyes and hold on to the chair with your right hand. And then grow strong. Think of being sturdy. As you press all 4 corners of the soles of your feet into the earth, we take away one of our senses, our eyesight, to help our brain remember this connection. So many people fall over the age of 60, and that fall changes the quality of their life. But we can try to counter that by trying to work on our balance. And this is one example, mountain pose with our eyes closed. 3 more breaths in mountain pose, knowing that this is also a pose that you can meditate on your intention. If you have an intention, your heart was speaking to you, or your mind as we began our practice. Or maybe it was the scripture that I read from the scriptures, or maybe you just want to be still, be in the moment. This is where the mind, the body, and the spirit all come together to be one whole, stronger and sturdy. Inhale, and on the exhale, open your eyes, float your hand up, and then bring your hand over your heart center. We're going to go right into tree pose, and then we'll do everything we're doing on this side, on the other side. So on tree pose, we can lift up our left heel. Now maybe you feel more comfortable leaving the ball of your foot on the floor. That's perfectly okay. I'm going to continue to progress, but stay where you need to. Maybe you can turn your heel to sit on the inside of your right leg. Remember to stand tall. Maybe find a spot in the room that's not moving. It's all about focusing and challenging yourself. Now, maybe you want more. You can float your foot up onto your calf, but not onto that knee. That's a very delicate joint. A traditional tree pose, you would pick up your foot and put it on the inside of your thigh, but we're going to stay here for today and breathe 5 breaths. It's okay to drop that left toe down and come back. It's your challenge. And each day that you do this, you could kind of see how you're progressing. And eventually, you should be able to hold it without holding onto the chair. something we have to work out, maybe a minute a day in your life to work on your balance. And not only balance with your body, but mentally and spiritually as well. Inhale on the exhale. Go on and drop that left foot. Let's go into chair pose while we're here. So you're going to float that left arm up as high as it's comfortable for your shoulders and pretend there's a chair behind you. And you're going to sit in that chair. So be sure you can always see your toenails as you sit in that pretend chair to protect your knees. Then lift your heart, lift your gaze, reach with your arm, and breathe 3 breaths in chair pose. Maybe you prefer the bar stool, that's okay. Or maybe you prefer a low chair. It's your chair pose. Inhale. On the exhale, stand all the way up. Float your hand all the way around until your hand is over your heart. We're going to come behind the backs of our chair to do a good morning pose before we go to the other side. So separate your feet wider than your shoulders, which hopefully will be wider than the chair. Maybe you turn your toes out because that's natural for you. Most women, their toes naturally turn out. And then float your arms out. And then you're just going to hinge over the back of the chair. You can let your rib cage or your tummy, whatever is there, support you. But lengthen through your arms. Grow through the crown of your head. Inhale. And on the exhale, come all the way back up to standing straddle split. Go on and bring your hands back to the back of your chair as we go to the other side for our warrior series. So now we are on the right side of our chair, so we're going to take our left foot back. Not a little, but a lot. So the farther back you can go, the bigger the base, the easier it is to stabilize. Maybe you bend that right knee, a little or a lot. Go on and float up that right arm, and you're in crescent lunge. Pull your belly into your spine. And then as we turn our back foot out to the side and then rotate your upper body a little more to the right, you're in Warrior One. Remember, the bigger the space between your front heel and your back arch, the bigger the base and the easier it is to stabilize. So this is balance as well. Warrior One. Warrior Two, we just float that arm out in front of the shoulder, and you're in Warrior Two. And then reverse warrior, go on and flip your palm up and begin to reach up along with your gaze, maybe a little, maybe a lot, or maybe a whole lot. Reach up with your hand, feeling the stretch through the whole right side of your body. And breathe 3 breaths here. Maybe focusing on that intention or reflecting on scripture, or maybe just being in the moment. Inhale on the exhale, come back into Warrior Two to reset. As we go into side angle, you can drop your hand to your knee or your elbow, or extended side angle, you would bring your hand all the way down. Be sure to gaze down to your front big toe to protect your neck, and breathe 3 breaths here. On the next breath, we slowly come back up into Warrior Two with a nice long right arm reaching out from our right shoulder. As we move into triangle pose, straighten out your right knee and drop your hand either to your thigh or your shin. Gaze down to your big toe. And the straighter that right leg is and the left leg, the more you're going to feel the stretch. And breathe. Inhale on the exhale, coming back into Warrior Two to reset with a long right arm. Go on and float the arm up into Warrior One. And we'll move back into Crescent Lunge, lifting that back heel and turning that back foot. And as you swoop your hand down in front, go on and bring that back foot forward. Let's move into our tree pose on this side. Bringing your hand over your heart. lifting up that right heel. Maybe you stay there. It's hard to stay here for 5 breaths. Maybe you bring your sole of your foot to the inside of your left ankle. Maybe you float it up a little. Maybe you pick it up and put it on the inside of your thigh. And breathe in tree pose. Remember the connection of the sole of your foot to the earth. Press all 4 corners of the sole of your foot into the earth. Stay tall, grow through the crown of the head. Maybe even pull your belly into your spine and breathe. 2 more breaths. You're doing beautiful. I love the way everyone's tree is just a little different and unique. Inhale, and on the exhale, go on and release. We're going to move into chair pose. Separate your feet a little, just maybe 2 fist width. Float your left arm up and then sit back into that pretend chair. You should always be able to gaze down and see your toenails. If you can't see them, it's because your knees are over them, and that's not very good for the knees, so you want to lift up a little if that's the case. Now go on and lift up your arm, lift up your gaze, lift up your heart, look up to the ceiling, and just picture people in India. In the streets, they go into chair pose. I'm going to take my hand off for a second, and they're worshiping their gods. So what are you worshiping today? What is your intention? Breathe. On the next breath, stand up, float the arm all the way down and to your side. As we come back to our chair, did I do everything we were supposed to do? I think so. Yeah, okay. Let's sit in the chair. We're going to do some moonflowers. Now, if you're used to doing them standing, you can stay standing. It just adds a squat, is all it does. But for chair yoga, I'll stay in the chair. So be sure that you can see your toenails. Protect your knees. Take your elbows into your waist, palms are up. Inhale to reach up, exhale to come out. Shh. Go slow and just let go. This is all about breath and mind and body connection. Shh. Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to make some sunflowers, so just make a big sunflower with your hands. Inhale and exhale. You can always take a little bit lower if you want, all the way under the legs and then all the way up, because they're your sunflowers, right? Inhale and exhale. Inhale 2 more and exhale. Inhale. On this next one, let's go and bring our hands all the way up over our head, as long as you don't have shoulder injuries. And then support your head with your biceps and gaze up. This is called upward salute. Inhale, exhale, drop your arms out into goalpost arms. This is goddess pose. Elbows are as high as your shoulders. We can open up our heart by taking our elbows to the back with an exhale. Inhale to come out in front of the heart. Palm in front of your head. Exhale, shh. Inhale. Exhale, shh. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And one more. Exhale and inhale and drop your hands over heart center. We're going to go into bound eagle. So straighten out your arms in front of your shoulders. Reach with your arms nice and long. Cross your arms. Lift your hands. If you can interlock a couple of fingers, do so. Maybe you can interlock your hands. And then here's where the great stretch is. Lift your elbows and push your elbows away from your body, and you'll feel the stretch between your shoulder blades. Now, if you want more, you can actually cross that left leg over the right, maybe even hooking the left foot behind the ankle or not. Remember, lift the elbows, push the elbows away from your chest, and breathe. Bound eagle. Shh. On the next breath, if your legs are crossed, uncross them, and then uncross your arms, reach your arms out long, and this time we'll take the right arm under the left, lift up. Maybe you interlock your fingers, maybe your hands just touch. It's your pose. So let it work for your body. Push the elbows up and away, feel that great stretch. Keep your chin lifted, keep your gaze lifted, keep your heart lifted. Maybe you add the legs, crossing the right leg over the left, and then hooking the foot behind the ankle. Remember, sit tall and get that stretch by pushing the elbows up and away, and breathe. Inhale on the exhale, uncross the legs. If they're crossed, uncross the arms and drop your hands down. Let's go into a child's pose. So in child's pose, you can actually scoot back a little bit. You can use your thighs to help you. A modified child's pose, you would just straighten your arms, tuck your chin, look at your belly, and just relax. If you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe you drop your elbows. Let your head be heavy. If you want a full chair child's pose, you can drop your hands right to the outside of your ankles, dropping your chest on your thighs, and just let everything go. If your arms are hanging down, be sure the crown of your head is facing the floor and your eyes are looking at your chair. We want to protect our neck. On the next breath, we slowly roll back up to tall spine, articulating the spine, taking care of that spine, stacking one vertebra on top of the other at a time. Every day I hear of somebody else that has a herniated disc. It just runs so common in people our age, and so we really need to protect our back. It's important that you take care of your back. So yoga should help strengthen your core and therefore strengthen your back. So I'm glad you're here to do that. All right, next what we're going to do is I'm going to come back to the edge of my chair to open up the hips and release any tension in the hip joint. Lift up your left foot and take your left knee and then circle it. So be sure your left leg is relaxed. If you're here, that's okay, but it's a very small circle. So try to slide your hands up higher on top of your knee, and you'll get a bigger circle. So we're really not circling the foot's just dangling. We're circling the knee, and switch directions. And then we can move into happy baby by pulling that left knee towards the left armpit. Maybe a little, maybe a lot. Now if you're someone that can go deeper and your body's built to do so, maybe you grab your toes, yeah? Maybe you rock side to side like a baby. This is really more of a baby pose than the other, huh? I've seen my grandchild grab his toes and rock. So cute. Inhale and exhale, go on and release. Let's drop that foot, pick up our right knee, relaxed legs. You want your foot just dangling, and begin to circle just the knee. If you're on the mat, you could actually lay down on your back and do this. Whatever feels good. Soft and gentle, right? And then switch the direction of your circles. Very relaxed leg. So when we move a joint slowly and big, like this hip joint, you release synovial fluid on that joint, which helps to lubricate it and make it feel better as you move and whatever you're doing the rest of your day. And now half baby, half happy baby. Pull the right knee towards the right armpit. Maybe you go into the full or not. Maybe your knee stays bent or you straighten. It's your happy baby. And then maybe you rock side to side. And then let's just release. We're going to go into Savasana next, which is total relaxation. So it's important that you sit in your chair comfortably. I like to scoot back. I like to kind of slouch. I guess it's not slouch, hunch. Slouch. This is a slouch, right? And just nod your chin, and then just relax everything, your whole entire body. Relax your toes and the balls of your feet. Keep your eyes closed. Relax your heels and your ankles, your legs, behind your knees. Just let your legs be weightless. Relax your buttocks and your spine, your lower back and your middle back and your upper back, all the way into your shoulders, down your arms, the insides of your elbows. Let your hands just rest on your thighs with your palms up so that your fingers can truly relax. And the more you relax your thumbs, the more your shoulders will relax. Well, we can even relax our belly and our rib cage, our chest, our neck, our scalp, and all the muscles in your face. Close your eyes, let your eyelids be heavy, and just relax all the muscles in your face. Relax your forehead and your eyebrows, your cheekbones, your nose, your chin, even your earlobes and your teeth, your jaw. Unclench your teeth, let them part. Let your tongue fall away from your teeth, relax your lips, and just be in the moment, and breathe. Breathe that purifying breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. A long inhale, so long and deep you feel your tummy rise. And then exhale even longer through the mouth. Continue breathing the purifying breath, as this is a very healing breath. It's now prescribed for people that are going through healing after chemo and cancer treatment and different treatments, because it's been proven to heal. It's been proven to lower blood pressure, to relax and release stress. Let us breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, as we open our hearts and let our hearts be filled with love today. Love of yourself and love of others. And may your hearts be filled with grace in all circumstances and gratitude. A joyful heart is a thankful heart. Let us be so thankful for the blessings we have just for being able to come here today and do something for ourselves, going through a yoga practice. We are blessed. And may your hearts be filled with peace today. And may you share that peace with others around you. Let us return to normal breath in through the nose and out through the nose as we sit tall. Open our eyes. Take your arms out long with your palms up. I hope you enjoyed your practice today. Inhale to float the hands up, and exhale, hands over, heart center. Namaste, and peace be with you. Thank you for coming today. Thank you. Sure.